Hello, today we are going to be doing Cyborg, a box involving encrypted archives, source code analysis, and more. So let's get connected to the TryHackMe network. We'll use OpenVPN and my OpenVPN file. And one thing I like to do right at the start is just copy my IP and put it in this tmux tab title so that I can always refer to it if I need to do a reverse shell or anything like that. Then we'll do the same thing with the target box IP, and just so we'll always have those two. So let's take a look. The first step says scan the machine. How many ports are open? So we'll do a nmap scan here, -sc for default scripts. And we shouldn't need anything more complicated than that, so we'll just go ahead and run it on the IP. And pretty quickly here we should get this result. Port 22 and 80, so we'll answer 2. So we have 2 ports open. And the first one is SSH, and the second is going to be HTTP. So let's take a look at the website now. We can just go to the IP. Let me copy that. Here we have Apache 2 Ubuntu default page. Not much we can do there, so let's get a directory scan going. I'm just going to copy my kind of standard GoBuster command and then fill in the new IP here. So I use this for almost every box, just as a baseline. And right away we get admin and etc. So let's open those up. We'll get admin here. Great, we get a page. Let's put etc2. We'll take a look at that in a second. So just looking around first, we'll check out the HTML. Nothing too exciting here. No hidden comments or anything. We can try some of these links, but they just route back to the top of the page. And admin, we get a chat log. So we get 2 usernames here, or 3, Adam, Josh, and Alex. And they're also referring to a music archive. So let's take a look at this archive. The download seems to work for it, so we can save that, and we'll take a look at the etc, and we get credentials too. So let's save those. Just right away, I'm going to try those credentials on SSH, might get lucky. But the password does look like a hash, so we might need to do a little further digging later. But always worth a try. Could get lucky. And let's see. Nope, no password denied, so let's keep looking. We did get that archive file, so let's take a look there. We're going to extract it. And let's take a look inside. Field, dev, final archive, and we got a bunch of stuff here. So let's scrape through this a little bit. Just going to start catting out everything. Hints. And here we get some gibberish, so we'll run strings on it just to see if we can pull anything worthwhile out. Only thing there, it says Borg ID. So let's keep looking. Got a hash header here. And lastly, the README, which is our biggest hint. This is a Borg backup repository. Okay, so now we know what we're looking at. Let's go ahead and check out the Borg website. So we'll just put it over here. And here we go, Borg documentation. What is Borg? So we get all kinds of explanations here. A deduplicating backup program, official way to secure backup data. So there's a lot of documentation, but the one we are looking for is, we'll do quick start and restoring a backup, because that's what we want to do. We want to pull this data from that file we got. So here's the commands that are interesting for us. Borg list, mount backup Borg repo. So let's run this. We'll get out of that because we want to run it on the parent folder, not the inside of it. And we need a password. Well, let's try the only password we've found so far. Nope, not yet, not in this hash form. So let's see. Let's go to the hash identifier website and see if we can see what kind of hash this is. So we'll just copy this and paste it in here, and right away we get Apache APR1 MD5. So that's the type of hash we're working with. Now let's grab the hashcat documentation and let's see which mode we need to run. So this is a great resource for all types of hashes. We could just Control F, and there we go. APR1, Apache APR1 MD5 1600, and that's the hash mode we need to run on hashcat. So let's go to a different place to run this. We'll use our hash here. We'll just put it in a text file so we can run hashcat on it. And I'm going to get my standard hashcat command as well. And we can just edit what we're pulling from. We're using the RockQ word list, and we'll change the mode to 1600. And boom, there we go. We get our password, Squidward. So let's copy that down in our notes here. Whoops. Okay, well, we have a password. Let's try SSH again. So music archive. Definitely could have tried it with some of those other users as well that we saw on the website, Josh, Adam, Alex, but we'll go ahead and move on because that is not the intended route. So still not the SSH password. Let's see if we can get into this Borg archive with it though. So yes, we got the list. That warning was just because I'd mounted it previously. No problem, but we now know that it works. Our password works. So let's go here. Borg mount backup Borg. So what file are we trying to mount and where are we trying to mount it? Pretty straightforward here. Mount and final archive. We'll put it on mount Borg. And it doesn't like that. Let's change over to super user. And then we'll make the directory for mount Borg. Alright, let's try this again. And if you haven't run Borg before, it should be in the Kali packages, so you can just say yes, you'd like to install if you run it, and that little warning pops up. but I've already had it on this machine, so it goes through, and now we have access to our music archive. So taking a look around here, do we have any other users than Alex? No. Desktop. Oh, we got a secret. Shout out to all the people who have gotten to this stage. Whoop whoop. Yes, indeed. So let's go back out. And we'll do documents. Note. And there we go. We get some more credentials. So, Alex secret pass. Put that in our notes. And Alex. Let's try. Third time's a charm, right? Yes. And secret pass. All right, and now we have SSH into the box. And we got our user flag here. Just copy that. There we go. All right, now let's look around. Let's do history. And files. This looks like when he was just setting up the box. Any other users that look interesting? Not really. So then we'll do sudo l. And here we go. We have, we can run this backup.sh as with sudo. So let's take a look at what that is. P3 backups, backup.sh. And for the most part, it looks like it is doing what it says, backing up files, or backing up MP3 files specifically. Let's see, backup files, home, Alex, music, song. So we can even take a look there. Let's do music, and there's the MP3 files that are being backed up. We could probably transport those and take a look at them if we wanted to, but we won't do that today. So here's the important part. The C colon means the script accepts the -c followed by a value that's stored in that opt-targ, and then that goes into command. So we can basically put an argument after -c and it'll run as a command. So just to test that, we'll do echo hello. And there we go. We got hello. So we just ran echo as root, or with sudo permissions. So what else can we do with that? Well, we could pretty much run any command we wanted. Let's do a bin bash. And there we go. We have a root shell now. Now, it might have been the way I did the bin bash I that isn't giving us any return or inputs, but we could still cat out the root text, and once we exit, we get the output for my ls and the cat that we did. So there we go. There is our root flag. And correct. We did it.